Now 8:10, and we're talking to Harold the H. He's on Thursday Island live.
Right.
He's raising money for Drug Arm, the charity, which is a great charity.
Oh, yes.
But he's going to talk about the tragedy of the Quetta shipwreck. Now, he's up there. There's the bell of the Quetta somewhere up where he is.
Okay.
And he's allowed to ring it once. He's got special permission. If he rings it more than once, everyone's going to come to church.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Okay, you're
Shall we
excited
talk to
about
him?
that being
No,
an
no,
old
I am.
old boy Villanova.
Yes, I used to ring the bell. The bell.
How are you, Harold?
Fantastic, Danny. You have special permission from Willie here. Now, he's mowing the lawns, but he runs the church as well. I'm only let it ring it once, 8 times, and everyone comes to church from the whole island. So I can ring it for you just once. I'll do that at the end.
Tell us what the story about this shipwreck.
Yeah, well, I guess also tell you about like Thursday Island, because a lot of people actually aren't exactly sure where Thursday Island is. It's one of at least 74 small islands in the Torres Strait, and that's we're 39 kilometres north of Cape York Peninsula. So we're actually off the coast on the way to New Guinea. You can't get any further north than Australia. In Australia now, heading towards Thursday Island 133 years ago was the Quetta, which was a steamship of almost 3,500 tonnes. She left Brisbane on the 18th of February 1890, bound for London via Torres Strait, which is where I am right now. Now, the ship had called in every port along Queensland, picking up passengers along the way. So she had Queenslanders from across the colony back then on board. Now, everything was going swimmingly until the night of the 28th of February 1890, when the Quetta struck an uncharted reef at low tide, not far from where I am here on Thursday Island. Now, the gas in the hull was so severe that the Quetta sunk in less than 5 minutes. And that meant it left little or no time for passengers to save themselves. In the chaos of the 291 people aboard, 134 were drowned. Now, the captain and crew, they were exonerated because there was uproar because hardly any passengers survived. But that's because the passengers were all asleep below decks when it happened, and the ship went down so fast. Now, so significant was the impact on the colony's population that the Quetta was regarded, even before the Titanic, as Queensland's Titanic. It's still the worst peacetime maritime disaster in Queensland history today. Now, yeah, and I'm standing right now at the Quetta Memorial Church on Thursday Island, and like I say, Willie let me come in and have a look around, and I'm standing actually beside the bell. Now, the church was opened shortly after the sinking. Well, money was raised for the church following the sinking from across Australia and across England to actually pay for it. And the tragedy, as a result, will always be remembered. It can't be forgotten. It's a beautiful place here, and the memorial information in here is amazing. Now, the church has a compass bowl from the ship, a riding lamp, there's a porthole, there's a lifebuoy they found on a far-off island, there's a flag. The timber from the ship is even made into a plaque here, and marble from the ship right now is the high altar. So the ghosts of the people here are being remembered. Now, the Quetta Memorial Precinct, of course, is heritage listed.
We're looking at it right now up on the screen. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, if you had a live stream, I'll be right by the bell, just to the right of it. And that bell is actually from the Quetta ship. Now, the Quetta was 1881, but this is from the wreck in 1890. Now, there is a big Ipswich connection to the Quetta disaster. That's what I can tell you about now.
Yes.
Out of all the female passengers on the Quetta, only 3 survived. One was a little girl who was never identified, and so she was adopted by Captain Brown here at Thursday Island and became known as Quetta Brown. Another of the girls was Alice Nicklin. Now, 19-year-old Alice was the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Reuben Nicklin of Coorparoo in Brisbane. Now, their 2-storied house on Old Cleveland Road is still there today. And it's a heritage-listed Queen Alexandra Home for Children.
Where's that at Coorparoo?
Alice. That's right, yeah, at Coorparoo on Old Cleveland Road. It's a big double-storied, huge veranda place. You can miss it when you're driving along on the right-hand side, outbound. Anyway, look, Alice was on the Quetta, travelling with her parents on the way to England for a holiday. Now, Alice survived the wreck by clinging to a floating sheep and other things for 9 hours. And Alice survived, and just 3 years later, in 1894, she married William Horsley. Now, some historians of Ipswich may recognise that Horsley name because for the next 30 years, the couple, Alice, made their home Harlan Road right here in Ipswich. And for years, Horsley worked at the Ipswich department store, Ribbon Foot, and was then a partner in Horsley's Booksellers and Stationers right here, or right where you are, on Nicholas Street. Now, when she was interviewed in 1940 for the 50th anniversary of the sinking, Alice was grandmother of 19 grandchildren. So the connection to Ipswich just grew exponentially. Her descendants are just across the city. Now, right now, like I said, I'm calling you from the church on Thursday Island, and right beside me is a big brass bell. You can look online.
Yeah. Can we get you online? What are you online? Where will we get you?
We can't see it live.
You can't see a live stream, but you can see the pictures. But if you look at the bell on the right-hand side, that's where I'm standing right now.
We're looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah, they have beautiful church service. In fact, I'm going tomorrow to the church service tomorrow morning because they have traditional music and traditional Islander singing. It's just a beautiful place to be. Now, here, the church bell is rung every Sunday, calling people to church. It's rung 8 times until them to come to church. But on board the Quetta, 133 years ago, it was rung every half hour. And for many of those 133 souls who were lost in 1890, including Alice's parents, this sound is the last safe sound they ever heard.
Here we go.
So, do you want me to ring it now?
Yes.
I'm only getting one go at this, and Willie's giving me the thumbs up. Here's one go. You ready?
Here we go.
How's that?
Oh, that's fantastic. It came over perfect audio. Fantastic. And you got the privilege of ringing the bell. If you went another 7, they'd all come crashing along with their Bibles.
Yeah. It'll be chaos 24 hours too early. It's not till tomorrow morning.
Well, they probably all going, what with the bell? Who heard the bell? Did you hear the bell? Hope it doesn't. Hope one ring's not a code for something.
Yeah, one ring back when the bell was on the Quetta, that was every half hour to keep the time. So that sound, that one ring, was actually what Alice and her parents would have heard not long before the ship went down and the parents lost their lives.
And that Horsley you talked about.
Sound, that ring.
You talked about Horsley.
Yeah, Horsley.
I'm almost certain he played rugby union for Queensland, and he was from Ipswich. And I think he was in the Burleigh Surf Club. I'm not sure, but I'm almost certain. I think he might have been involved in a shark attack, actually. I think he might have been involved in a shark attack at Kura. I'm not sure. Back in...
Well, his grandmother or great-grandmother might have survived all sharks floating in the Torres Strait. The 133 years ago. Ask him, track him down.
Oh, well,
he probably would know the story.
I'm going to track him. The last story, Jeremy Ryland was telling stories too that I thought you might get interested in, but I just can't remember because I'm having a mental blank at my age. Now, listen, how do we find out about this wonderful story and what you're doing, follow you? Oh, by the way, just quickly, we got a picture of it. It was a big ship, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's 3,500 tonnes steamer and going all the way to England, so it wasn't just a little sailing boat.
It was a
serious ship that went down here.
Big ship. Yeah, how do we find out about this story?
Yeah, go to historyouthere.com. On Facebook, but certainly go to my Facebook page, but also go to historyouthere.com. It's got links to the photos I'll be updating as for the next couple of weeks. I'm around the Torres Strait and Northern Gulf raising money for Drug Arm. And in fact, Drug Arm is just opening, or just has opened, a new office right there in the old mall in Ipswich. So it's a local charity. Please, if anyone can give, go online, historyouthere.com, follow the links and donate to Drug Arm. And I'll have this Quetta story there. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see how busy church is.
Well done, mate. There he is, the best storyteller in the business, local storyteller. His name is Harold the H. Peacock, here on West Bremer Radio, 822